Hi dear students, I am here with the topic verbs. Third chapter of your English grammar book. We have already seen this topic. I hope you all remember that. Verb means kriya. Do you remember what is the definition? Verbs are words that are used to express an action. Every sentence must have a verb that shows what the subject is doing or explains what is going on. See, verb shows what the subject is doing or explains what is going on. Dear students, verbs are the action words. Verbs are the action words in a sentence that describes what the subject is doing. In a sentence, verb describes what the subject is doing. It is the main part of a sentence. Verb is the main part of a sentence. It is also called doing words. Verbs are doing words. For example, run, eat, sing, read, write, walk, laugh, play, cry, watch, etc. There are thousands of action words. See, words that name actions are called verbs. Words that name actions are called verbs. Dear students, verbs come in three tenses. Which are they? Present, past and future. Present, past and future tense. Verbs come in three tenses that are present, past and future. First we will see present tense. Talks about action that is happening now. See, present tense talks about action that is happening now. What is the rule? Do you know? See, subject, base form or S form of the verb. In a sentence, if the subject is I, you, we, they or any plural subject, there comes the base form or first form of the verb. For example, read, cook, walk, write, run. In a sentence, if the subject is third person singular, that means he, she, it, this, that, or any proper names, there comes yes form of the verb. That means the verb adds yes to it. The verbs add yes to S or ES to it. For example, reads, cooks, walks. For example, they read book. Here the subject is plural. So there comes the base form or first form of the verb, read. Next, he reads book. Here the subject is singular, means third person singular, he. There comes the yes form of the verbs, reads. Then we cook food. Here the subject we, that is plural. So there comes the first form of or the base form of the verb, cook. Next, she cooks food. Here the subject third person singular, she. So the verb adds yes to it, cooks. Next, I work in the morning. Dear students, when we use I and you as the subject, even though the subject is singular, the verbs take its plural form. The verb takes its plural form. So, I walk in the morning. Next, it walks in the morning. Here, it, that is the third person singular. So, the verbs adds s to it. Walks. Next we'll see past tense. It talks about the action that has happened before. That has already happened before. It talks about the action that has happened before. This sentence starts with the subject and the verb with its regular or irregular form. See, when the verb adds ed to it, it is called regular verbs. See, when the verb add ed to it in its past form, it is called regular verbs. But it does not add ed, it is called irregular verbs. But when it does not add ed, it is called the irregular verb. For example, regular verbs: play, played, cook, cooked, walk, walked, jump, jumped. We added ed to the verb. So it is called a regular verb. See, look at these irregular verbs. See, saw, sit, sat, put, bring, brought. We did not add ed to that verb. This kind of verbs are called irregular verbs. You can see some more examples in simple past tense. I saw a flower. Here the verb saw, that is the second form of the verb. She jumped on the table. Here the word jump, that is the second form of the verb. He wrote a letter. Wrote, that is the second form of the verb. Suresh finished his homework. Here finished, that is the second form of the verb. Then I brought rice for lunch. Brought, that is the second form of the verb. Next we can see future tense. It talks about the action that will happen later. Future tense talks about the action that will happen after. That means it describes the things that have yet to happen, that will happen after some time. For example, I will sit, you will read, he will sleep, we will study, they will talk, it will play. So what is the rule? Subject, then will or shall, then the base form of the verb or first form of the verb. Dear students, one thing you have to remember that for a very formal statement, especially to describe the obligation, we use shall, or to make an offer or a suggestion, we use shall with I and we. Dear students, once again I repeat that present tense is used to describe the things that are happening right now. And the past tense is used to describe the things that have already happened. Means earlier in the day, yesterday, last week, last year, 3 years ago, like that. Then the future tense describe the things that have yet to happen. That means that will happen after some time. That means later, tomorrow, next week, next year, like that. Dear students, I hope you all have understood this. Have a nice day. Thank you.